Aiden's Journey of Growth, The Path to Courage. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills and vast forests, there lived a young boy named Aiden. From a young age, Aiden was curious about the world beyond the boundaries of his village. He would often sit by the edge of the forest, watching the birds soar high above the trees, and wondering what lay beyond the mountains that framed the horizon. Despite his curiosity, Aiden was a timid boy. He feared the unknown, often finding comfort in the familiar rhythms of village life. His parents, humble farmers, encouraged him to stay close to home, believing the outside world was too dangerous for a boy of his age. And so, Aiden remained, his dreams of adventure slowly fading into the background as he helped with the daily tasks of tending the land. One summer evening, as Aiden was returning home from the fields, he met an old man sitting by the village well. The man had a weathered face and eyes that seemed to sparkle with stories untold. Intrigued, Aiden approached him. "Good evening, sir." Aiden greeted the old man. "Are you a traveler?" The old man smiled warmly. "Indeed, I have traveled far and wide, seen lands beyond your imagination. But it is not where I've been that matters, young one, but what I have learned." Aiden's heart quickened. "What have you learned?" he asked eagerly. The old man looked into the distance. "I have learned that personal growth comes not from staying in the safety of what is known, but from venturing into the unknown, facing fears and embracing challenges. Growth, my boy, is like a seed. It must be planted in new soil, watered with experience, and nourished by the light of understanding." Aiden pondered the old man's words. He realized that, while he had always longed for adventure, his fear had kept him rooted in place. The old man's words sparked something deep within him, a desire to seek more, to grow beyond the borders of his village. "How do I start?" Aiden asked, a note of uncertainty in his voice. The old man handed Aiden a small worn map. "This map will guide you to the top of the mountain that overlooks this village. The journey will not be easy, but if you succeed, you will see the world from a perspective that very few ever achieve." The next morning, Aiden set off on his journey with nothing but the map and a small bag of provisions. As he walked, the path grew steeper and the forest denser. He faced many trials along the way, raging rivers to cross, dark caves to navigate, and wild animals to avoid. Several times he thought of turning back, returning to the safety of his village, but the old man's words echoed in his mind. Growth is like a seed. With each challenge, Aiden learned something new. He learned to be resourceful, using the environment to build shelters and find food. He learned to be brave, facing his fears in the darkness of the night. Most importantly, he learned to trust himself, knowing that every step forward brought him closer to his goal. After several days of climbing, Aiden finally reached the summit. As he stood at the top of the mountain, the entire world seemed to stretch out before him. The forests, the rivers, the faraway cities he had only heard about in stories. For the first time in his life, Aiden felt truly free, not just from the confines of his village, but from the limitations he had placed on himself. In that moment, he realized that personal growth wasn't just about reaching the top of a mountain or traveling to distant lands. It was about the journey itself, the lessons learned along the way, the fears conquered, and the confidence gained. He understood now that growth was a continuous process, one that didn't end with a single achievement but continued with every new challenge faced and overcome. With newfound strength and wisdom, Aiden descended the mountain, eager to share his journey with the village. But more importantly, he returned knowing that his journey had just begun. The world was vast, and he was ready to embrace it, one step at a time.